Hello world, this is Lisa Friedrichsen, your friend and computer science professor from Johnson County Community College with another short screencast on javascript.info. In this short screencast, we're talking about 2.3, the modern mode, use strict. And use strict is simply a statement that we put at the top of our script to improve the quality of our code. It helps us prevent certain types of errors. And it just simply looks like use strict as a string. What I would encourage you to do is to create a template file where you can test these things so that you don't have to retype the HTML every time. Here are my required tags, my HTML language equals en, the head section, the body section, the two required tags in the head section. And here's where I'm linking out to my test.js JavaScript. So in my test.js JavaScript, here's the use strict statement. Strings can be entered with quotation marks or apostrophes. We just have to use the same thing on the front and the end of the string for it to work. And usually your style guide will dictate one or the other, but both apostrophes and quotation marks work to identify a string in JavaScript. So we simply put use strict as a string at the top of our file, finish it with a semicolon to be intentional about the end of your statements, and then the code will be written in the strict mode. Okay, I want to give you an explanation of how use strict can help you, and a little demo. In this code, I've got use strict set here. I've got 1, 2, 3 variables declared. Cost I've assigned to 5, quantity I've assigned to 10, and subtotal I've assigned to cost times quantity, which is going to be 50. But I've misspelled quantity. In this case, whether I do or I do not use strict, I'm going to comment it out here. The browser, when I open up that web page, template.html, which is connected to test.js, I'm going to right-click, open up my console, is going to know that quantity is not defined. It's never been defined. So this expression cannot evaluate, and I'm getting an error message. That's even without use strict. But let's say this is a big script, and I've got a lot of code, and I've got many, many statements. Use your imagination here. And so later on, I decide, well, no, quantity is really going to be 20. And notice that I've misspelled quantity. If I save my JavaScript and then refresh my page, see I'm getting now subtotal is going to be cost 5 times 20. But in reality, this variable name is a typo of this variable name. I really meant to reassign quantity to 20 and not create a new variable quantity. That's what use strict will help you with. If I uncomment the use strict statement now, save, refresh, now the code's being evaluated in strict mode and I'm getting an error message. It's saying quantity is not defined. And I can look at that and say, oh, I didn't mean to create a new variable by mistake. What I meant is to change this variable's value from 10 to 20. What I meant to do is type it this way, quantity, save, refresh, and now I get the correct answer with the correct variables instead of creating a second variable by mistake because I had a typo. Now back at javascript.info, they talk about using use strict at the top of functions as well. And that's fine, but then use strict only applies to that function. Might as well put it at the top of the entire script so it applies to everything in that script, including all functions. And we're definitely going to talk a lot about functions and what they do later on. Use strict, it's a string, put it at the top of your file, and it will help you write cleaner, better, more professional code. Thank you.